Namaskar, friends. High insulin levels and high blood glucose levels in the body over the years are toxic and cause lifestyle disorders. Let's look at it, friends. Why we get high blood glucose levels? Because what sort of frequency of eating? How many times you eat in a day? Generally, we are eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, coffee, tea, and then what type of food? If you are taking high carb foods and refined foods, processed foods, ice cream, sugars, cool drinks, and all that, and then what sort of quantity you are eating? And how many years you continue doing that, and what sort of exercise you are doing. This all depends on the sugars in the body. Now what is needed, the body has to maintain a minimum of 70 milligrams per liter. If you don't eat for 8 hours, 10 hours, or if you don't eat for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days also, there's the minimum sugar levels body should have. And what is the maximum it can have 2 years after eating? It should not go beyond 120. Now what happens, high sugar levels are toxic. So the body is designed to maintain these sugar levels at all costs. Despite your these habits of frequent eating, high carb foods, and quantity high, and then type of food, it continuously maintain between 70 and 120. If it is goes below 70, your brain won't get sufficient, glucose, and there's a possibility that you may become dull and you may get into coma also. So necessary. Now, if you don't eat for 2 days, 3 days also, generally the body will maintain your sugar levels to 70 by taking all the sugars, stored sugar from liver and from muscles by way of glucagon produced by the pancreas. If you eat more, what happens? The insulin levels will try and keep it to below 120, and if it is more, it will translate into some sort of triglycerides and stores as a fat. That's how it works. Now, for many years, the sugar levels are maintained between 70 to 120. But what happens to insulin? See, insulin also is toxic. So, in the initial period of people, the fasting sugar insulin will be around 3, and PP insulin after 2 hours of eating 30. But immediately after it can go up. It can go up to 50, 60, 70, or whatever it is there. But after 2 hours, it will come back. So, this is the ideal range. See this range, optimum level, optimum level. Now, what happens if the insulin levels are high? Why insulin levels are high? Over the years, to maintain the sugar levels, insulin will be very high. You find the fasting insulin could be 10, 15, 20, even 30 also. And PP insulin after 2 hours could be going up to 80, 90, 100 also. What happens? That is called insulin resistance. That is called hyperinsulinemia. And over the years, because of the exposure of the insulin in the body for many, many days and months and years, the body will become insulin resistant. See, friends, whatever you are exposed to very largely and very long time, you develop insulin resistance for that. Suppose you are selling, if you are in a fish market regularly all the days, then you will, over a period of time, over the years, you will not feel the smell of the fish. Similarly, the resistance. What happens if insulin resistance happens? Primarily people can get diabetes, can get fatty liver. Look at, liver is getting affected, pancreas is getting affected, heart is getting affected by cardiovascular diseases. Similarly, people can get stroke, people get high blood pressure and overweight. All this will happen if there is a high insulin. Now, what happens if the sugar levels are high? Because sugar is toxic, and especially the blood vessels in the eyes and in the kidneys are very, very minute. So they get spoiled. That's how people will get the blindness and the kidney failure, neuropathy, and other things like you see coronary artery diseases, stroke, and all this will happen. So you cannot have high sugar. At the same time, you cannot have high insulin, right, friends? Now, look how it is maintaining it. Now, the body, as I explained to you, see, look at it for many, many years. See, look at your fasting. I mean, sugar will be around 70, PP will be 120. The average that, HbA1c 5.6 is 120. It will never exceed 120 for many years, maybe 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years also. But whereas the insulin is rising. And if you know this particular thing in advance, you know you are getting into wrong direction. Now I show you three reports, friends. This person is 22-year-old. His fasting sugar is 92. Excellent. His HbA1c average sugar is 5.5. That means it's below 120. And his average sugar is 97 only. But look at his insulin. Is 24.49. See the insulin, the range lab is saying 2.5 to 25. It is again erroneous, but it's very large range. But the best is below 5. See, he is already insulin resistant. This is for fasting sugar is 92 multiplied by fasting insulin of 24.49 divided by 405. 5.56 is insulin resistance, right? Below 1.5 is insulin sensitive. Is 5.56. What is the problem with this boy? He's 22 years old, 81 kg. He got overweight. And there's another case. Look at this person. Fasting sugar is 1 at 3. He's already pre-diabetic, 6.2%. Look at his fasting insulin. It's 53.91. His insulin resistance is how much? It is 13.71. Very, very high. And his waist size is 46 inches. He's 5.6 inches. His waist size should be 33 inches. This is another person, 24-year-old. He's already HbA1c 10.7%. That means average sugar is 260 and his insulin is high. Now, what happens, friends, whenever somebody has this problem of belly fat, overweight, large waist size, high triglycerides, high blood pressure, high blood glucose, we go to the doctors. Now, look at doctors. Diabetic doctor will be focusing on your HbA1c to bring it down by medicines. Similarly, blood pressure doctor will also try to bring down your blood pressure by the medicines. Right? Like with thyroid doctor, similarly. So they are all taking their approach for their particular aspect to bring it down. Look at it, friend. These are the 11 parameters which are, if it is high, you need to work on it. Blood pressure above 120 by 80 is not good, so you start medication. Triglycerides above 100 and LDL is above 100, HDL below 60. Thyroid, if it is above 3, scan PCOS and infertility, they get scanned. They are on the medication. Fasting glucose is above 120, then you are going to the medication for diabetes. A1C 6.4%. Kidney function above 1.3, liver function if it is above 50, high sensitive reaction, vitamin D vitamin if it is low 30, B12. But what we are missing, friends, see, is to check the insulin resistance. See, obesity and belly fat is primarily caused because of the insulin resistance, which we have seen it. Right. So as we see, insulin resistance is the root cause of lifestyle disorders. Look at it, friends, here. See, this is all the various types of diseases on the tree. The main cause is insulin resistance. The reasons are toxins in the body, deficiencies and nutritional deficiency, sedentary lifestyle, chronic stress, and lack of night sleep. So this is causing you different problem to different people. A lady can get an PCOS problem. Another person has got obesity, dementia, inflammation, migration, diabetic, type 2 diabetes, then high blood pressure, fatty liver, stroke. See, but what we are doing is we are taking specifically for this alone medicines, which is not right. Why it is happening? Because of frequent eating. We are all habituated to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, 1 or 2 times snacks, 1 or 2 times coffee, tea. That frequent eating is the reason for the insulin resistance. On top of it, if somebody is taking high refined carbs and sweets, sugar, and stimulants and all that. Yeah, no exercise, no physical exercise. People are doing chronic stress. They don't know how to manage their stress and anxiety. Lack of sleep, 7 hours night sleep, dehydration. This is another thing clubbed up. People don't drink sufficient water. You lose 1 to 2 liters water from your body every day by way of urine, stools, and all that. You must compensate by 3 to 4 liters water. Poor gut health. People are eating 3, 4 times, but they are unable to excrete their bowels even 1 time in a day. 2 times going to toilet, removal of the waste from your body is very important. Stimulants you must avoid. D and B12 deficiency is another reason. Uses of refined oils, free flowing salt, all this will cause insulin resistance and gut health, friends. Now let's see what is most important. Gut health is absolutely essential. Insulin sensitivity is important. D and B12 vitamin adequacy are important. We must check these blood parameters and accordingly we take action. Let's see, friends. Direction is more important than speed. Many are going fast, but in the wrong direction. Look at this person, he's in the wrong direction. He will give the wrong direction. He will reach the wrong destination. So what is important, friends? Daily 3 to 4 liters water is important. Daily 2 bowel movements are important. How to do? Immediately after wake up in the morning, drink 1 liter water, focus your mind on your stomach, go for the first toilet, go for a 45 minutes of brisk walk, come back, rest for 5-10 minutes, drink again 1 liter water, and then focus on your mind on your stomach. You'll be able to go to the second bowel movement. After that, friends, you can take the balance 1 to 2 liters water between 2 meals. Remember, water you should always drink when your stomach is empty. If you drink water, wait for 20 minutes, And then while eating food, you should not drink water. And then at least 2 hours you must wait for drinking water, friends. Then eat only twice in a day when you're hungry, and maintain the same timings. Remember, nothing in between except water. Remember, friends, other than water, anything else you put in your mouth is food. Let's discuss 45 minutes brisk walk. You finish, learn how to manage your stress, and 7 hours night sleep is absolutely essential. Please check your D vitamin and B12. If they are low, talk to your doctor, go for supplements, friends. See, friends, once you improve your insulin sensitivity, that will lead to health span. Like that means what? Fasting insulin should be 3 to 5. Fasting glucose should be below 99. Your HbA1c should be 5.6. If you are ensuring these three parameters, you can be assured of 90% of your health. Your insulin sensitivity will be below 0.5, 1.5. Then insulin resistance means what? Your high insulin levels, high sugar levels, HbA1c is above 5.7%. That means what? Look at, friends, what is health span and sick span? See, both the people have lived, person A and person B, to 80 years of life. They've died after 8 years. But person A was okay until 60 years. Balance 20 years, he was on and out of hospitals, lot of medication, disabilities, and all that. A person who lived for 80 years, maybe last few days, few weeks, he was probably not well, he was bedridden, and he died. So what is important to improve health span, friends? Friends, these are the few people who are giving excellent talks in the YouTube. You must listen to them, invest your time. Few people who have benefited by following this Wellness Secret daily schedule. And my name is Gangeshwar Rao. I'm not a doctor, friend. People with heart problem, kidney problem, diabetics, under medication must consult their doctor before embarking to follow. I'm not giving any medical advice. I'm only giving you the knowledge. Friends, these are the 10 parameters you must ensure. Check your weight and waist size should be as per height. Blood pressure should be below 120 by 80. As we discussed, fasting insulin is very essential, 3 to 5. Fasting blood glucose below 99, A1C below 5.6%. Lipid, especially triglycerides and HDL triglycerides should be below 100, and HDL above 60. The ratio should be below between 1 to 1.5. D vitamin above 50, B12 above 500. Insulin resistance, you should be always sensitive. They should be below 1.5. If you're above 1.5, focus. Number of daily medications, you should not take any medication. At one time, I was taking 11 medicines for diabetes, hypertension, high triglycerides, kidney stone. My health score was 10%. By following Dr. Mantina's natural lifestyle, I've improved my health in 4 months, 80%. Last 8.5 years, I have not taken a single medicine, friends. I wish you that you follow this natural lifestyle, learn, invest your time, and knowledge and discipline are the gateways to your health, friends. Thank you very much for listening. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and share to your friends and comment.